when you have the leaders of the Black Lives Movement who are now talking about, if we don't get our demands, we're going to burn it down.
Some people have been right about a lot of this stuff and warning about it for a long time. And you probably don't get the accolades or anything else. But I want to show you this really fascinating video, having just told you what BLM has staked out their position. Think about the amount of money that was given to BLM from our corporations and from our pathetic, limp-wristed, liberal, progressive buffoons who kneeled in front of black people and washed their shoes in the summer of love as they burned down their businesses. The millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. There is every reason to believe that some of that money was funded to Hamas at this point. They are showing you, hey, we are one, we are one. I want to show you this fascinating video. This is from 3 years ago when Don Lemon was still employed by CNN. That's how long ago it was. And actor Terry Crews, who also, I would say, happens to be black, went on to debate about the radicalism of Black Lives Matter. Take a look.
Terry, man, hey. You stepped in it. You say that you're willing you say you're willing to die on this hill. You've taken a lot of heat for this. Explain what you were thinking and why it's so important that you die on this hill.
Well, again, I wanted to bring up the fact that, there are some very, very, militant type forces in Black Lives Matter. And what I was issuing was a warning. It's one of those things where I've been a part of different groups, I've been a part of different things, and you see how extremes can really can go far and can go wild. And then when you issue a warning, and when a warning is seen as detrimental to the movement, how can you ever have checks and balances? In the 60s and 70s, airplanes went down all the time. And the reason they found out why they did was because the pilots could never be questioned. And when you have the leaders of the Black Lives Movement who are now talking about, if we don't get our demands, we're going to burn it down. Other black people who are talking about working with other whites and other races, they're being viewed as sellouts or called Uncle Moms. You start to understand that you are now, being controlled. You're not being treated as loved. You're actually being controlled. Someone wants to control the narrative. And I viewed it as a very, very dangerous self-righteousness that was developing that really viewed themselves as better. It was almost a supremacist move.
So let me jump in,
where
Terry.
they viewed that their Black lives mattered a lot more than mine.
I mean, isn't that something? There were people calling out this nonsense, right? It wasn't just like the political crew of people that could see what was going on here, right? And us hysterical YouTubers like, guys, something ain't right here. The people saying that they're for tolerance and peace are the ones blowing apart buildings and, destroying small businesses and everything else. Did you see, by the way, the Chiron, that's the little piece that they put under with the guest's name? It said Terry Crews defends his statement of uniting with good people, black or white, as if that's a controversial statement. Terry Crews, hey, black and white people, let's all unite together, let's fight the forces of evil, and blah, 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 blah. But he's kind of the scary person in the picture.